Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Dear audience, Assalamu alaikum. I welcome you all to today's New Bangladesh. Here, as usual, we shall discuss new economy, new science, new technology, new citizens, overall new Bangladesh. Today in our studio as our guest present, Professor Dr. Kamrul Hasan. Assalamu alaikum.
Welcome, salam.
How are you, sir?
I'm fine, sir. Alhamdulillah. Thank you. And I would like to thank all of the organizers behind this program and you as well. And also would like to appreciate this concept, the new Bangladesh, especially under our Honorable Chief Advisor, Professor Dr. Mahmoud Yunus, who actually work hard for achieving the new Bangladesh goals and objectives.
Thank you, sir. Dear audience, we know that money values everything, but the money itself has its own value. Our today's topic is related with this one. The topic is ensuring value for money through accountability and transparency in the context of Bangladesh. So the topic is obviously related with your subject. You were here in our episodes earlier, so our audience know you well. However, tell us in brief about you.
Thank you, sir. In fact, I've been working long time, nearly 35 years in university teaching and corporate area as well. And I've been in UK about 10 years for my higher studies. So what I have seen from my experience and some of my research work in the banking sector in Bangladesh as well, my PhD as well. So accountability, transparency, and also good governance is the three basic pillars of the government, of development of any country. So from that viewpoint, the value for money this topic is very relevant and time-worthy because we are actually keep going ourselves, keep going ahead so that we can create value for the next generation, next Bangladesh, new Bangladesh. Now, the concept value for money, how actually it relates to all the stakeholders. I'm talking about the stakeholders because from the government, from the people, citizen, the value for money actually it differs from stakeholders to stakeholders. So the government, they actually collect the revenue taxes in terms of taxes and indirect and direct taxes. And then they spend those money, that is the government expenditure. And on that case, government, when the expenditure in different development projects, and the things comes to us that how efficiently they use those money so that at the end of the day, the stakeholders, the people of the citizen of the country, they will get benefited. Now, I can give you one simple example. Say government, they actually expenditure taka 100 for any project. So, say for example, they have purchased some photocopy machine. Now, the photocopy machine will actually can produce, say for example, 2,000 print, okay? Now, after 100 print, Xerox, that photocopy machine actually not used any more. So there is also the unutilization of the capacity. That is from the viewpoint of the government, that actually not ensured the value for money. That is one point. Another point is when the government creates spend the expenditure, I can tell you Rupur project. So we have heard that Rupur project, one pillow costs 60,000 taka. There is another way actually, it creates, it hampers the citizens' money in a way that it reduces the value for the citizens' money. So there is another issue. And from the viewpoint of the citizens, now when we actually have our day-to-day expenditure, what we expect? We are providing the taxes, we are paying the taxes in advance. AIT, we pay the advance taxes. So the people, they actually need, when they purchase, their purchasing capacity, the inflation, they actually think about this. The services, when they go to the government, different organizations, they need to have smooth services, on-time services, health sector, they will go to that. So this all count the value for money. And we need to ensure the value for money for government as well for the citizen.
Very well, sir. We know that the famous economist or educationist, Mr. Ibn Khaldun, okay, who has written the book Mukaddima. There he mentioned about the value of money. At that time, there are two kinds of coins like dirham and dinar, gold coin and silver coin.
Right.
And he told that this money has its own value, and sometimes it is related with the laws and principles of the country. Is he right, Wazi? I think.
Actually, when the money, the government, when the economists, this is from the viewpoint of the economists, the resource is always limited. Now, how we utilize the resources in a way so that it creates the value, more value creation to the citizen. Now, if as a citizen, because I am paying the tax, okay, so as a citizen I have the right to have the service from different organizations, health sector and other sectors. So if we give you some example in the health sector, Dhaka Medical or the Chirong Medical, all the government medical. So this should be within the last, after 50 years time, or more than 50 years time actually, this should be the best service provider in the hospitality sector, in the hospital, in the
health sector.
But health sector. But unfortunately, we actually couldn't see that. Our, the middle class or top class people always go to Singapore or other country. Why? So even the Thailand. So that means the government expenditure which should create value to the citizen, that actually there is a lack of value creation. Otherwise, they should not go to the Thailand, Bangkok. They should not go to the India. They should not go to the other countries. So that is the point we need to think about, so that it actually creates value. Not only we spend the money to the public sector. That is one point. Another point is the government, they collect the revenues from the citizens. Now, it is at the end of the day, when they actually, in the development sector, two actually sectors, they spend the money. One is all the expenditures in the salaries or other government different things. Another one is the development sector. Now, in the development sector, government always the deficit budget they have, because their revenue is less than the expenditure. Now, they collect those money, the deficit money, from foreign loan or other things. And we have a government institution which is called ECNEC, Executive Committee for National Economic Council. Now, all the big projects which actually must be passed through that ECNEC. Now, the transparency, because we are talking about the transparency, whether the projects, say Podda Bridge, whether that was transparent. No, that was not transparent. If that was transparent, then why the donor agency, the World Bank and other donor agencies, they said there is a huge misappropriation before the fund actually, and they stopped that funding.
Funding, yes.
And that makes huge cost to this country, because we had that project through the internal loans, which create 2-digit, but from the World Bank, which actually we are entitled, there is only 0.05%. So it creates huge cost for the people. At the end of the burden goes to the people. Burden goes to the people. So that's why the transparency is very important. And when the project, the passed by the ECNEC, whether those projects like Rupur projects, like Podda Bridge project, like different other big projects, whether those are transparent. And there is an Information Act, Right to Information Act, you know about this. And whether we have access to have that information. As a citizen, we have that access, that's right. But whether we are getting that information, no, we're not getting that information. So all the institutions should have, actually different, very intelligently, those have been destroyed by the fascist government last 16 years. So that's why another institution is the Auditor General of Bangladesh, AGB, which actually is a institution, is a constitutional institution. And they will see what happened with those different projects. Even from them, we will not get the basic, the information is not disclosed from them. What happened to Rupur or what happened to Podda Bridge, why they're spending a lot of. So what we need to do to ensure the value for money, we need to be transparent. And transparent, who will be the transparent? The government will be the transparent. To be transparent, government will have the governance, good governance. And last 16 years, obviously, there was no governance. So the philosophy of the Professor Dr. Mohammed Yunus, our Honorable Chief Advisor, 3 zeros. Okay? So no poverty, zero poverty. So how we ensure that? It is the philosophy. So when the value for money we can ensure, in case of public expenditure, in case of procurement, in case of utilization of the capacity, in case of big project when we are implementing, then it will be ensured.
Okay, what makes the value of money basically? What adds to their value or reduces value? How?
Reduces when 2-3 ways. Say, for example, first one, when the project, we actually spend the money to the project, and that money is for the people. Comes from the people actually.
Comes from
because the loan burden, we have to bear that loan burden. Now, the value for money, if that project, say, I'm not talking about a specific project, which already lots of like Podda Bridge. The initial amount of project money and at the end of the implementation, it actually far away. So, those money in the name of time consuming, because the project, there is a 3 important basic implementation project: time, cost. When the time is more, the cost is more. Okay, and the value is less. The more time when we are implementing the project, that more cost will be there, but the value will be reduced.
Value of money.
Value of money.
Value of money, yeah.
Okay. Because initially when we implement the project, if it is the value is stuck at 10,000, in course of time it will be 1 crore. So in the meantime, the project feasibility, that is we call the internal rate of return, net present value, that will actually reduce. So that's how the project is not viable, because the cost of the project is more, because we actually taking more time, we actually have the misuse of the government money, and that reduces the value for money. One. Second thing, government, when, say for example, the purchase capacity, inflation, okay, so because we know that inflation exists everywhere. Now, when we are taking, the purchasing the middle class or lower middle class, they are purchasing the things, essential goods and other things, more, costly, which is day by day, and that also costs to from the viewpoint of the people, and their value for money, it actually decreases for them. So that is also from the viewpoint of and then when they go to the, say for example, due to the bad government governance, different services, okay, they are not getting the services. Say hospital, they are not getting the services, or other things, they are not getting. So that also reduces the value for money for the people. And we are talking about the accountability. So when we procure the things, it should be, e-governance should be there. Okay, what we call always value for money, it means maximizing the impact of every taka spent. We spend every taka, we need to create the maximum value of that. Then the value of money will be ensured. And one very important thing is every taka misused. When we misuse every taka, it is a taka taken from the people. It is not, government is not own himself. It's the people. So that's why we need to reduce the misappropriation, misuse of the government or people's money, which is, we must be accountable to the people. Whether or not we are accountable, last 16 years, what happened? That is the question.
How can we ensure this accountability?
It is very easy and it is very difficult. Okay, so when the Professor Dr. Mohammed Yunus is coming under the new Bangladesh, and then you see In the revenue sector, first of all, you see all the people in the revenue sector, they have millions, crores of money. Even anybody who works in the revenue, board of revenue. And then under his supervision, the chairman of revenue board, he actually divide the revenue into two groups. One is who actually collect the things, one is the policymakers in the revenue. And then mandatory, all the citizen of Bangladesh, they have to submit online, they have to submit the online their tax forms. And this will ensure one of the things, this will ensure the transparency. And this will ensure the accountability. Yes, we have submitted it online. When it is online, nobody actually misappropriate over here. But you have seen what happened when this change made. A lot of people from the secretariat, they have actually unrest the secretariat, 2, 3,
Yes, yes.
So people actually, last 16 years of the fascist government, they actually get used to the bad governance. They never think about what is transparency. They think that is the way they have done last 16 years. So that should be. And that's how they make the money. And people's money, they actually misappropriate the money. So when under the Professor Dr. Nawazuddin, when he actually starts the reform the different sectors, and then that started, oh yes, we are not getting the money. So but gradually we need to develop all the institutions, transparency and accountability, and we have to establish the good governance, so that say for example, we can give you another example, which is ethnic. When they actually uses the mechanism to accept the big projects from the loan from different country or from our own resources, then it should be clear to the people, to the authority, to the citizen that yes, this is the project, that will be the money, and that is what we are going to do. So the more transparent it will be, the less will be the forgery or other things, and the value for money, the public expenditure, it will be established.
Well, can the National Parliament play any role in this transparency?
Actually, that is one of the house where we actually take oath. Yes, we will take care of the People's Republic of Bangladesh, will take care of the money of the People's Republic of Bangladesh. So the parliament is the body who creates the laws. And this parliament, the people last 16 years, you have seen who actually are in the parliament, they're singing over there. Mamta's one of the things. They're singing in the parliament.
Like a theater.
Like theater. You see there, that was the parliament in the last 16 years. So how you expect the value for money from that kind of parliament? But I must say that we need to be hopeful. We need to be hopeful because the good people still in this country, they're actually working hard. I must say that the naughty people, they ran away from this country. So the good people now in Bangladesh, and the good people will create the new Bangladesh, and will work hard to create those different, achievable goals, poverty. So that is the main challenge for our country. Now we see that under the new government, our garment sector now revive again. UK, you see all of the, we are actually getting more orders now from USA. Our neighboring country, I'm not taking any names, we are actually making good relation in all the countries. So how? Because we are efficient enough. Last 40 or 35 years in the sector, in the garment sector, we built a lot of things. And one of the very important measures taken by our Chief Advisor, Professor Dr. Nawazuddin, you might know about this, that we are not going to purchase, import any of fabrics, any of the things from India. Because we are producing our own fabrics here.
Yes.
Cotton here.
Yes.
A lot of cotton mills here.
Yes.
And that's how, if the cotton mill is running, a lot of employment will generation, our value for money that we are actually talking about, that will be created. Okay, so that is another important thing, that we need to take the policy measures
Policy measures, yes.
as well.
Well, thank you, sir. Another thing is that, as far as I know, that before signing and after signing any treaty with any foreign country, it should be placed in the national parliament. Is there any such rule for the value of money or the transparency of the money, that we should place it before making any mega project?
Right.
Okay, before passing any mega project, it should be placed in the parliament. Is there any such rule?
Actually, when the government, as I mentioned earlier, National Executive Committee for National Economic Council, ECNEC, all the projects from different, ministry, Education Ministry, Health Ministry, all the ministries, they have prepared the project first of all, and then they submitted to those projects, and after discussing in the parliament, and then it goes to National ECNEC.
Yes.
Economic Executive Committee for National
First in the
Council.
national parliament, then to ECNEC.
Then
to ECNEC, yes.
Because in the ECNEC, actually at the end, they just grant those things.
Grant those things, yes.
So now, when the how actually we ensure the value for money, because the public, when the big projects, mega projects, it establish, then two sources the money comes. One is the inland funding. It may be from the bank, borrowing from bank, or revenue. Another one is the foreign loan, grants. So, and when nowadays the the donor agencies, they actually see how well the project's actually going on. If the project is running smoothly, or if the project is not running smoothly. And then they sanction the second part or next part, or phase by phase they actually funding now. So that is one very important thing for implementing the project. Another important thing is the misappropriation through the creating the project value or costing more than actually it executing money. So if the project executed by 1 crore, the project's value, actually the cost overestimated, written, which is, say for example, 100 crore. So 1 crore, 100 crore. The rest of the money actually goes to different bodies. So the project implemented, people think, okay, but another 99 crore, which creates the burden to the people, which actually will not ensure the value for money for the people. So that is the main challenge of transparency. And for that, we have a body, the TIB, Transparency International Bangladesh,
yes.
And we have another body in Bangladesh, constitutional body, which is the Auditor General of Bangladesh, because all those projects, those which done, it must be audited by the Auditor General of Bangladesh. That is the separate entity, constitutional entity. So when they actually work properly, now the problem is whether you provide them all the supports so that they can work independently. That was actually hampered last 16 years. That's why, though the project's been done, but the cost is more than it actually happened. The money looted from this country in different ways, but TIB, they sometimes they said, always they said the cost of the project, say for example, Rupur project, they said yes, the pillow of the 60,000 now is possible. So that actually degraded the value for money. So that is how the bodies should be independent. The bodies is independent, but that bodies should be given the autonomy so that they can work independently. So there is the one of the government, auditor AGB, Board of Revenue, should work independently. Now it will actually, we think that it will work properly. And another important thing is the sectors, health sector. If you go abroad, so like European country or USA, so you have a national insurance. Under the national insurance, your health sector is insured. But in Bangladesh, if you go to the public sector, you cannot actually have any services from that. So because we pay the taxes, but there is no national insurance actually we have. So if we have the national insurance, we actually pay for those services which is insured, safety, security, okay? So that actually we need to, there is a suggestion from me, recommendation, that we can actually create some national insurance, like we have already ID card. So through that we can, and from our, that we pay the tax, we can have some contribution to the national insurance as well, which will ensure our security, health security, our other securities as well. So in UK, say when we pay the taxes as well as we pay the national insurance money. Okay, that will ensure when you call for any emergency 999, that will give you the security services, they will give you the health services, health security, in USA as well, in other foreign countries as well. So that is one of the suggestions, that the value for money we can, for the citizen actually, for the citizen we can ensure, if we actually can ensure the national insurance, okay, by, for, I mean, there is a separate, way we can create, so that we can provide the services. The people will get the services, the citizen will get the services. Now for any cases, we go to the Thailand, just only 1.5 hour from our country. So what happened to Thailand? Why they are more developed in case of, health sector? Why not we, last 50 years? So that is what we actually think about. That is what Professor Dr. Mohammed said, zero poverty. That is the philosophy. When the people, say middle class or lower middle class, they go to the Evercare hospital or any other hospital, you think how much it costs to them? Why actually they are spending? They can have no money to spend that much of money. So why should they? Even the middle class or top middle class, why should they spend a lot of money when we have insured nationally our health services, our security services? So I think the value for money, if we want to ensure, we should think about new ways in a new Bangladesh.
Well, thank you, sir. Okay, when we are getting money from external sources, like grants, loans, even foreign remittances, then what happens to the value of our money? Does it increase or it decreases?
Definitely it increases the value of money when we actually get the foreign remittances.
Okay.
Because we need the dollar actually, and the only way, two ways actually. One is if we export the any kind of products in the foreign country, we have the dollar.
Hard currency.
And another way is the foreign remittances. And because Bangladesh is the population, which is the, as I said to you, it is a huge young population. And those young population, if we make the policy in the last, I think one of your discussion, we talk about this. We have a
demographically dividend
population.
Yes.
So this dividend population is our strength. And if we actually, to ensure the value for money, if the different ministry, especially the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, if we have a policy so that those training, proper training and proper education, if we create a good human resource, then those human resources will go to the foreign different countries, because they have, they need the people. They need the people, and the people from the foreign country, they send the foreign remittance, which is work two ways. One is it will increase our foreign remittance. Another one is the people. You see the different, people who actually live in our country in different areas. They have easily they can actually maintain their families. They can develop, and government will also get the those remittances as well as the taxes, because the value add, the VAT. Okay, so VAT, value-added tax. So when you purchase any single thing, you have to pay the value-added tax to the government. So when the foreign remittance coming, dollar coming, government actually benefited. When the people, they have the money, they spend to those money, and the government also indirectly, they got the taxes. So this ensure also government fund, which actually government can used properly, and that's why the thing is coming over here, the transparency.
Transparency, yes.
And another one, when we nowadays we pay under the new government, new Bangladesh, almost all the payment system now, Professor Dr. they said online based.
Online based.
Create everywhere online payment. So you don't need to go to the desk. You can pay your utility bills, you can pay your any kind of form is in the online, you can download the form, you can pay the fees online, passport online. You see, huge revolution has been done within this 1 year under this government. You don't need to go to the passport now, big queues and other things. No, within 3 days you will have your passport. There is a service that creates the value for money because the good governance now. Now, when it is online based, you will have the receipt. You have everything in your hand. You go over there, you get your passport. So this is how pension scheme, another very important pension scheme. So before that, for pension scheme, people has to go this desk to that desk year after year. You see, you know the miseries of the people, especially
there is a film named Pension.
Pension.
Yes.
A film. So undoubtedly, no government last 16 years they didn't do anything for pension. Now, after the Professor Dr. Mohammed is coming, and he actually said there is no zero tolerance about the pension scheme, and under his new administration now, pension scheme, you don't need to go here and there. You just online, you submit everything. This is how we actually create the transparency. We need to. All the institutions we have in Bangladesh, but not working. We need to work upon all the institutions. And to working that, we need to make good governance. Now, I can suggest one thing. So, as you know, Bangladesh is one of the poorest country, developing country. I'm not going to tell you, yes, we are mid-level country. We are actually like Singapore. There is a bogus boo. It's never happened now at this moment, when you have millions of loans and funds. And when the people street, day by day, if you go to the street, you will see at night how many people live in the street.
Yes, homeless people.
Homeless people. So what we need to do, we need to make the policy, say government expenditure. So the government expenditure, yes, we have to, the pay rises, yes, that's good, that's not bad. But we need to spend the money so that it creates the value for money. It creates the value for money. It means not misappropriation the people's money. Okay, so it will actually, the government, they can take into account that when each and every sector, when the government each and every taka spends, whether it actually spends for right thing or not right thing. That is how we ensure the value for money.
Well, as regards the real sector of economy, okay, if we strengthen the real sectors of our economy, then what happens with the value of money?
Actually, this is the economic terms. What in the economies they say that our GDP, one of the indicators, whether we are actually growing, like Bangladesh, our economy is growing economy. So, say if you think about the USA, already they have developed. Now they are not actually, they will sustain their growth. They have to. But Bangladesh, they are growing. And we have to, as well as we need to make sure that we will sustain our growth as well. So our GDP growth 6% to 7%. If you talk about the China, more than double digit they are growing.
15%, I think.
Yes,
15%.
Yes. So we need to keep going ahead so that we can increase our GDP as gross domestic product. So to do that, okay, the big projects we are actually, so the not big project in the name of we are spending money, which actually not creating value for money. Say for example, I can say it is really shocked that we create some mega project like Karnataka Tunnel in Chitong, under the Karnataka River, although there is a three
bridges
out there. And there is a big mega project. And that actually, nowadays, how many people that uses that tunnels? And then we said, the Fisheries government, they said, we are in the tunnel era. So in the name of those big projects, mega projects, we misuse the government money, we create more loans, foreign loans, burden to the people of the Bangladesh, and then we actually show, oh yes, see the tunnels, see the things. So that will decrease the value for money for the things. So for economy, GDP, because you are talking about the real sense.
Real sector is.
So in the real sense, we need to invest the money in the right project, like which actually creates more revenues for the people, which actually creates more services for the people. So that is how we actually ensure the real value of the money that we, in true sense, economic value of the money. So we can tell one thing, under the Grameen Bank, when it started, it works with the microcredit. You think about the microcredit concept nowadays all over the world, it actually works. So when you have project for the big people, the top class people, then the major people will not get the benefit from that. So we need to think about the major people who actually works under the lower class, and one of the very important solution is the microcredit. We need to have the project like like Grameen Bank, how actually they work, as I said to you before, in the economy, to the economy. They have the people who actually the shareholder of those business. And it is the concept of social business, how actually they come out from the poverty line, which actually creates the economic value and the value for money. If the government spends the money to the poor people in the name of not only that one house, one that farm, in the name of but they create some working sector, so that the poor people, they can work from there. The more government sector we can actually subsidize by the government. Agriculture we can subsidize to the agriculture. That will create the value to the people, to the most people. If we subsidize, rather than Cornflowry Tunnel, if we subsidize the agriculture sector, that will create the more value for the money. Because the poor people, they will come out from the their income, lower income.
Well, sir, now as regards the policies related with the value of money, do you think that the current policies are okay, or we need to revise these policies?
Current policies, actually, there is a lot of institutions in Bangladesh. Say, for example, Bangladesh Bank, one of the in the financial sector, they're the guardian. But those sectors have been polarized. Those sectors have been destroyed by the fascist government. If those sectors work properly, in the financial sector, you see the Asylum Group, billions of money they actually looted from this country. Nearly 10 banks nowadays, they have no money to pay to the depositors' money. So we need to reform those institutions, and so that those institutions work independently, so that the good governance and transparent government is there, they can work over there. And also online based reform we need to do. We need to, all the sectors, e-procurement, or when we pay any money to the government, online based, so that it will ensure the transparency. And we also in our to ensure the good governance, we need to our TIV or other, those actually always criticize what's happening. We need to make sure that yes, it works in a very good way. That is how we actually ensure the value for money.
Well, sir, as a researcher, sir, do you think that you have enough researches on this topic?
It is actually in the financial sector, a lot of research is there nowadays, but in the other sectors, there's less research. But the researchers, they have suggested, in case of bank, because I have been working in the bank, or non-performing loan, huge non-performing loan over there, government bank as well, private bank as well. So how actually we ensure that? Because independent auditor is there. independent board directors is there. So those independent directors, they couldn't work due to the people who actually have the chairperson. So you couldn't imagine that one of the bank, Islamic Bank Bangladesh, their chairman was a 24 years old boy, a Salam son. How is possible? So if that happened in the last 16 years, all the financial institutions, they intelligently, they actually planned wise, they have destroyed all the institutions. So the way is to develop the good governance. The way is to develop all the, institutions have to be work independently. That is how we ensure the things properly.
Well, thank you, sir. Any suggestion or any request to our new government?
Our government is working properly, but the people actually, the fascist people still, they actually don't, those who don't love the Bangladesh. We are actually the people of Bangladesh. We love the Bangladesh. We never flew to India. We never flew to any other countries. We always live in this country. So we love this country. We love this Bangladesh. So we will actually always work for new Bangladesh.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Dear audience, this is all with our today's discussion. I think that you enjoyed our discussion. So hope to see you again in our another episode. Hope to see you again in our next episode. Thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum.